Nice. And we're live on a beautiful Tuesday morning at 10:30. And let's just start the intro real quick so we can get right into this.
Yes.
Boom. Okay. Lord of the Tides, House of the Dragon, episode 8. I still can't believe we have 2 more episodes after this. It's awesome. But, yeah, AV Club is calling it the best episode yet. I don't know if I'd go quite that far, but I will say it continues the excellency of the show. It's just so much infighting in the family every episode, and it's interesting to see how conclusions are come to how arguments are come to a conclusion. And with the ending of this episode, now the entire landscape of the infighting has changed, with no more with no person to be the consulate and always bring the peace. So that's all I'll say about that. What were your thoughts on the freaking episode?
You're saying, so you think this isn't the best episode yet? You don't agree with that?
I'm gonna say no, but it's definitely a good one.
Which one do you think's better? I'm just curious.
Probably the wedding.
Okay. No, I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It might be number 2, number 3.
Yeah.
But they just do so well at making you feel so uncomfortable. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
The acting is so phenomenal that there was 2 or 3 times you're watching it and you go, well, this obviously is going to happen, but it doesn't happen. It's not the norm, and I love that constant change of what... it's always on my toes, and I have no idea what the crap's going on.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I love it. So uncomfortable. So flippin' uncomfortable.
Uh-huh. I will say, I do want to say...
But in a good way. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my gosh.
Yeah, making you feel something is always a good thing. What did I say? Oh, yeah. So I had this realization. So this show, I feel like, is doing something unprecedented with this constant time changing, So, literally, like every show in existence, they have to go from one episode to the next, and it's usually a smooth transition, right? This show does not have that courtesy, ever. They always have to start every episode completely new, get the whole problem involved in the beginning, and then conclude it in that same episode. Because then the next episode is going to be another time jump. So, this show, I don't think this show is art like Game of Thrones. I think it's very freaking good. But I just wanted to mention how impressive it is that they're able to do that and actually make the show feel smooth and good. You know what I'm saying? Because like in this episode, right, they have to introduce Vaymond and his whole problem and then conclude it. They have to do that. Most shows, the last episode will be the start of the problem or something, or the problem transpires over many episodes. But they literally, every episode is like its own episode, and it's crazy that they're able to make it feel smooth and good. Right?
Yeah, no, I mean, the beauty of it, 100%. But the one thing, though, that makes it simple is this whole series is just who is going to conquer, who's the rightful heir, So it's always the same premise for the most part,
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Vaymond. Okay, now this episode's about Vaymond and not the Stepstones.
The Driftmark throne.
The Driftmark, yeah. But I do agree 100% of how perfect. Seriously, it's so perfect. The episode always starts with a time frame. always.
Yep.
So, and then this one was 6 years. You know, they talk about it. They give a little bit of history of what's going on, and then it just flows right back into it. And it feels like there's nothing that skipped a beat, you know. Yeah. And they do such a good way of bringing in the new actors that are coming in for the older kids, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
They do such a good way with bringing them in, and you know exactly who they are. There's no question. They, you know.
Well, this is what I'll say. I agree with that statement for every person, except I don't like Amond, this actor.
You don't like the actor, but you know who it is.
Only because the eye patch. He doesn't look anything like the kid.
Oh, no, I get that. But you know who it is, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying the actor in general. I'm just saying you know exactly who that actor is now portraying. Yeah. Boom, it's done. You know, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, take the eye patch off. I would have no freaking clue who that is.
I will say, back to him, though.
Yeah, I will say he looks like a perfect Targaryen. So he was great cast. But for what the boy looked like, I just don't see it at all. But
it looked like he should have came from Damon's nutsack.
Yeah, Damon. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's all I saw. His long face. You know.
Yeah, he's awesome. It's perfect. I was thinking, like, all of these people who are Targaryens look like Targaryens. And honestly, the only person who doesn't look like a Targaryen who is one is Daenerys.
Oh, yeah.
She looks like a cuddly bear. You know, she looks like a bear.
Yep.
Everyone else has like a dragon face.
Cute.
Yeah.
So adorable.
But, so let's get into the news. Oh, sorry, what?
You can talk. Well, you even can say about Corlys's family. They seem so perfect.
Yeah, they all...
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's great.
And then the High Towers have their look, and it's perfect. It's just... They did such a good job.
Yep. So... So into the news, this was interesting, and it doesn't surprise me at all. Apparently the wigs was one of the hardest challenges of the set.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
salt.
The what?
I was just gonna say the salt and pepper dreadlocks of Corlys's must have been so difficult.
Oh yeah, keep it in place and put it on.
I love it.
No, good,
yeah. Though. Gosh.
I like how we have the two different races in the Targaryen clan. Seeing it makes it very easy to distinct, especially like from a backwards angle, seeing the dreadlocks on the girls, and it's a cool way to like do the gray hair. It was funny watching, like, after Game of Thrones ended for me, I would watch like the behind the scenes stuff, and and then they'd have like a camera on Daenerys as she's getting ready, like at 6 a.m, 5 a.m, whatever. Just like all the effort they put into her. Now every freaking person in the show has to have a wig like that. So I feel bad for all these actors probably having to get there 2 hours early or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Try to put that stuff on. Oh yeah, they even said putting the dragons in is much easier than these wigs. Having to deal with these wigs every freaking episode.
That's awesome.
There was also another article title post this episode that said Aegon is the new Joffrey. How do you feel about that? Yeah. I guess we can get into spoilers.
Of all the characters, yes.
Yeah.
And I felt that way starting in the last episode, when he got his dragon and stuff.
Yeah.
There was obviously some power change in his demeanor, and he's now, yes.
Yeah.
The new Joffrey.
Mm-hmm. It's an obvious difference, but I'll mention it is, Joffrey is clinically insane. I feel like Aegon is just a boy who was put in the position of power and, the throne, so he feels like he can do whatever he wants. And through their two characters, they kind of it interlaps the way they act,
Yeah. Well, Aegon also, though, he was bullied, though, growing up when he was younger. He was obviously picked on. He was made fun. Aegon? What do you mean?
No, Aemond was the one that was picked on.
Aemond. Sorry.
Yeah. This is saying Aegon is the new Joffrey. The older one.
Oh.
The one in bed with... Yeah.
Hey.
The one who touched the girl.
I don't agree with that.
Oh, you think Aemon's the new Joffrey?
Sorry, I screwed that up. I think Aemon's the new Joffrey.
Well, Aegon was the one masturbating in the window. He's the one who doesn't give a crap. He's drinking the wine. He's touching girls, even though he's married.
I think my thing with that is I think he was going to be the new Joffrey in the last episode, but I think this episode showed his true colors. I think he's just a mama's boy, pansy, can't hack it. He can't live up to his mom and dad standards, so he's gonna be.
Isn't that Joffrey though? I feel like Aemond is going to be like a calculated evil man. You know,
I agree with that, but I think he likes destruction. Where Aegon, I don't think he's there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes complete sense.
I think Aegon, yes, I think he is a jerk and he has the power and that, so he feels like he can do everything. But I don't think he's doing it to purposely hurt people. I think he's just doing it for his his own pleasure.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
Where his brother, oh my gosh, Aemond, he is doing it for powerful reason, wants to be a jerk. You know. So that's. If we talked about this last episode, yes, I would agree with you. But now I don't. I think those roles have switched.
Yeah, I definitely see your point. That's good.
But yeah.
So I was also looking online. I thought this was really interesting. It was real life events that inspired Hot D. Just kidding. Okay, well, inspired House of the Dragon. So I'm gonna read this first one. I just thought this was really interesting how this same situation occurred. So, the strife on which House of the Dragon is built was inspired by a period called the Anarchy, a war fought over the issue of succession in England and Normandy in the early to mid-12th century. With no living male heirs, King Henry I declared that he was to be succeeded by his daughter upon his death. When Henry died in 1135, his nephew Stephen seized the throne, inviting an age of infighting and feuds between domestic and foreign claimants. According to Martin, the anarchy inspired the events known as the Dance of the Dragons, the Targaryen Civil War, that House of the Dragon aims to depict. So I thought that was pretty cool. We actually had a situation in the past where the king actually did declare their daughter his, and no one accepted it.
That's pretty cool.
In this situation, the king's nephew, Stephen, seized it after an age of fighting and feuds. So, who's the king's nephew? Wait, that's her daughters. That's her sons. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. So, the other ones, no, those are his grandchildren.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I was wondering if Martin even went to the extent to say that the nephew is going to be the king, just for like a future thing, but that looks like that's not the case. So,
gotcha.
But, yeah, I am very interested to know who's going to win. Who do you think is going to win?
I have no idea, dude.
I know. Just let's make guesses though, just for the fun of it, and we can write it down and see if we're right.
Well, what do you mean by win? Because we obviously
who's going to sit on the throne at the end of the show?
Okay, so the next person who's going to sit.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to find some? Do you think they're going to have someone actually sit in the throne by the end of the season?
Not this season, no. Well,
okay.
Well, no, sorry. Okay, I think Rhaenyra is going to sit on the throne. Oh,
but don't we kind of know that there wasn't a woman?
Yeah.
By Daenerys, or are they not?
Part of me was feeling like they don't consider her because she never was fully put in, even though she really was. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm assuming the end of the show is going to end with someone sitting on the throne.
End of the show or the end of the series or the season?
Show.
The show. Okay. Yeah. So you think they're not going to have? Really? You think no one's going to be sitting on the throne during this whole next few seasons? It's just going to be a constant.
Well,
or is it going to be where Alicent kind of controls things until they find someone?
That's what I'm thinking. Or Rhaenyra controls things.
Rhaenyra. Oh, because Rhaenyra, I guess, she's the heir, right? So she technically.
So let's just get into that right now then. So the director let slip the ending of the episode. It wasn't fully confirmed, but Viserys is officially dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
sad.
I know, but let me think. Okay, so with Viserys dead, that means this next episode, someone needs to be on the throne. And I can't imagine a situation how Rhaenyra is not it.
I don't think they're going to have anyone sitting on the throne for... They might See, I could see, since we have 2 more episodes, I can see that the last episode will be the very last scene of the last episode will have someone sitting in a chair. I just can't, just because with what Daenerys said in Game of Thrones, there's no woman who's ever sat on the throne, correct?
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I mean, I agree with you. How is there any other way besides Rhaenyra?
Yeah.
But I'm just going off of that. Yeah. And she might sit there for a long time, or she might sit on the throne for a while and it's not long enough that it's put in the history books. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they just didn't consider it because there's a bunch of tribulation occurring during her time, and she never really was put in because of these issues with her children. I said, I don't know, something like that.
I can see that.
Yeah. I don't know why, but for me, I feel pretty strongly that Aemond is going to be it.
Yeah.
I think they've given him the look.
The second one.
Yeah.
It's Aemond.
He's the eye patch.
Yep.
He just feels like, I don't know.
It's going to be Aemond or Rhaenyra. That's what I'm guessing. That's my 2 guesses.
Aemond or who?
Rhaenyra.
Oh, I'm talking about the end of the show. But I guess
I got you.
Oh yeah, we could do. I don't know. No way, Aemond would surpass her brother Joffrey.
See, I think there's going to be some deaths going on. I think he's going to die.
You think Alicent's going to kill her son?
Not Alicent. I think.
Oh. You think so?
Aemond. I think Aemond's going to do some crazy crap, man.
Dude. All right. Well. Wait, who else? Well, I guess if they did the whole your children are bastards, then because I was gonna say if Rhaenyra doesn't take it, then her son should, but that's hard. Okay. Well, anyways, there's another real life event, which I thought this was pretty sick. It should go down without being said that there are no historical accounts of any dragon riding conquerors in human history, but Aegon shares many striking parallels with William the Conqueror. So I've heard his name before. I probably have learned about him, but I forgot. The first Norman king of England. He invaded England in 1066 and established a monarchical dynasty that persists today. Indeed, much like how the Targaryens of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon are direct descendants of Aegon, every English monarch down to the late Queen Elizabeth is a direct descendant of William the Conqueror. It's pretty sick.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the only difference here is the Targaryens are off the throne, unlike them. But that's pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
But anyways, let's get into the scores. So, Rotten Tomatoes still has nothing. They are on their back foot again, because the last time we tried doing them, they didn't have a score either. Just as they're bad on their scores, they're bad on getting their scores on time. Then IMDb has us at a 9.5 with a solid 13,000 votes. So right after this episode came out, they had 2,000 votes at a 9.7. So with 11,000 more votes coming in, it only dropped 0.2 points, which is the highest of the show still. And I would suspect that as they get to the average of like 30,000 votes, that they'll even stay around 9.3, 9.4, which will still be the highest.
Yeah.
So, according to the AV Club and IMDb, this is the highest rated score, which I know you have no problem with. And I don't really have a problem with it either, but
no,
I just think as a personal thing, it's not.
Yeah, no. With how wonky they do their stuff, man. Because we're going back. I want to go back to the Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix. It is the most watched episode or TV show right now. I'm like,
really?
I just, people obviously like it. So I just don't, those Rotten Tomato scores or whatever they had it. I just, ugh.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I don't know who does those, but they're so off to me. Anyway.
My gold standard for Rotten Tomatoes is iCarly. They gave it 100%. They still.
Really?
I checked yesterday again. I just want to make sure that they haven't it's still the new season of iCarly, which is atrocious. They gave it 100%.
Oh, I thought you meant the
old.
Okay, so you're saying the new season's
the
out of
new
100.
season that sucks. It's not even funny. It's terrible. Got 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, we started watching it just because of the
kids.
It's iCarly, but we couldn't watch it.
Oh.
We couldn't even get into a few episodes of it because it was so bad.
Yeah. Well, I got into a few. I got into like 4 episodes.
Did you?
I thought it was pretty awful. Like 20% awful. But so I think I'm gonna give this episode an A-.
Yeah, that's where I'm doing it.
Okay. I feel like this show, to me, like just in total, is an A-.
As of right now, yeah, I could easily just give it a nice round up.
Yeah.
Letter score of A-.
Because, as you said before, S's are is art, right?
Yeah.
And then A's are like great. I feel like this show is like extremely good.
Yeah. It's close to great.
I feel like it's right on the how the show ends. It could be a great show.
Show's end, it's probably gonna be a
great
up
show
there for him.
But you totally agree with that, right? It's not great yet.
Not yet.
Okay, but it's very good, very well made. Everything is great. But it's not great to my like coming off the show when it's over. I don't know if I would.
It's probably the closest I can get to being excellent to great.
Yeah.
It's so close. It's so close, but
yeah, again, I do expect it to get to that point. So,
I do too.
With the talking points we got, let's get over these. So, again, this episode revolves around Vaemon's resurgence for Driftwood Throne.
The whole episode is just about Driftwood, right? That's the whole thing. Yep.
And so I did not expect this at all because in the last episode, Corlys says the history books do not remember blood, they remember names. So I thought that this whole Driftwood and Rhaenyra's children would not even be a factor in the show anymore. I thought it might be. Yeah. I thought it might be a factor for the Red Keep and the Iron Throne for her. People using that against her for that purpose, but Driftwood, I actually put that out of my mind just last episode because of what they said. Like, they don't care that they're not blood. But I did not expect Vaemon to come in and play a role, which I mean, it makes complete sense. His entire argument makes complete sense. He just needs to know what powers he's dealing with, and you can't say those things he said in front of the king. It's hilarious.
I think he should be the person to take over. Honestly,
you think Vaemon should?
In my end, yeah. Just on the whole, the army and the war going on, and he's a full-fledged Valyrian. You know, he's a brother. It's just Corlys doesn't have any sons, right? Yeah, because he died.
No,
okay,
yeah.
So it just, to me, it makes sense.
Yeah,
I was kind of rooting for him until he opened his mouth.
I was not rooting for him at all.
Who are you rooting for then?
I was rooting for Rhaenyra to win.
No,
because Alice and Otto obviously were working with him to make him get it so that they would be on his side.
I gotcha. Yeah.
I want Rhaenyra to win so badly. She's a good mother. She's nice. She's great. Yeah. She's everything you want. But that's why. It wasn't, I mean, based off what would actually be the best, yeah, you're right, Vaemon's the best. But I don't want to give Alicent and Otto power, so. And then they introduced this whole Alicent and Otto taking over the throne with the poppy. What's that called again? I put
milk of the poppy.
Yeah, milk of the poppy. So I thought that was a really cool thing they did.
Yeah.
Seeing her sitting in the king's chair at the council just pissed me off, man.
Sitting at the seat. Oh yeah.
Get out of there, whore. Actually, she's the last person to be called a whore in the show. But yeah,
she's basically screwing a zombie right now, so I can't really call her a whore.
Yeah. And then we get the accusation of Alicent soon after.
The accusation of
Alicent. Yep, from Daemon and Rhaenyra.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
But I thought that whole scene was so good. Oh, sorry, go.
No, I was gonna say just with that scene at the beginning. So at the beginning of our conversation just the difference with the acting and character wise in this episode. Damon is so different in this episode. When he's talking to Viserys, dude, he just has this different look on his face.
Yep.
He seems sad. He can't look into his brother's face without. You can tell that there's pain there, right?
Yeah.
That he feels bad for him. That it's a brotherly love type thing.
Uh-huh.
And we didn't really see that much with him before. So seeing him kind of coward, never look at him, I thought that was phenomenal acting.
It was. And I'm so glad you brought that up because there's a passing of the torch going on in my mind right now.
Okay.
Which I did not expect after episode 2 to happen. What?
No, keep going.
Oh, okay. So, and it's perfect timing as well because it's completely unresolved. It's completely the two torches that just passed, one did not affect the other, but they just happened, and Daemon is my official new favorite character. Viserys is no longer, but Viserys luckily died, so now, not luckily, but yeah, Daemon is my new favorite.
Yeah, gotcha.
I
gotcha.
Before this show started, I thought Daemon would be my favorite, just knowing his character. But then he never did become it. I always liked Viserys. And this episode just gave me new life for Daemon. Yeah. I root for him. He's actually happy, which is probably the reason why he's acting differently.
Yeah.
For the first time in his life, right?
Yeah.
I don't expect him to have any problem with Rhaenyra becoming queen, right?
No, I don't think so.
I think he wants it, I would assume.
Yeah. Because I didn't have any feelings in this episode of Daemon being happy that his brother's dying, so now he can, rightfully fight. I've never had that.
No.
And it was awesome.
Yeah. Like, Daemon is the best now, to me.
Okay. They have twins, right? So obviously they had a couple kids.
I don't know if they had twins. Do they look the same age?
They look so close, though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
I didn't think
they have
that,
a couple kids, right? Together?
Yeah. And another one on the way, yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, he had 2 kids with Lena?
Yeah.
Okay. And now they're having 3 together. Sick. So, I hope there's no children deaths in the show. Trying to kill off their... I don't know. There's so many kids in the show. They're going to die, dude. I know somewhere.
It's going to be called the Red Reunion.
Yeah.
It's not going to...
Dude, could you imagine a scene like that?
I don't see any good coming out of this, honestly, with how evil... The patchy-eyed dudes coming up. I just,
Patchy-eyed, the Aemond or...
Aemond,
okay.
Yeah. Just seeing how bad Aemon's coming up and wants to cause issues, and he obviously likes the power. And they all have dragons, dude. How easy is it just to frickin' Dracarys and kill everyone? Like,
yeah. But
it's gonna be...
That's the thing. Both sides have dragons.
I know. It's gonna be nuts.
It's so sick. I'm so excited for the fight. Wait, hold on. So in the accusation of Alicent, the way she reacted shows she's guilty, correct?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, shouldn't she have gotten more mad that they were accusing her? All she says is, I'll pretend like you didn't say those things, basically. Yeah. But, yeah, I loved seeing Daemon. There was like 2 scenes or 3 scenes where Daemon was just sitting back in his chair with his face and like protecting Rhaenyra and protecting Viserys and being actually an aid to the situation and caring. It's just awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I just loved it. All of it. Daemon is my new Trojan horse.
And then even at the council or the... Oh my gosh. When they talk about it in the council room, Daemon stepping up for his family. Freaking so good.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I'm so glad his character's changed. It's awesome.
Because he was pretty quiet during this whole episode, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was there, but he stepped up when he needed to. And
yeah.
But.
So, the third one is, we already talked about this one a little bit. Prince Aegon's a whore.
Hey, so Aegon and the sister got married, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Wait, say that again?
The sister
of who?
The sister and Aegon are married, correct?
Wait, like brother and sister got married?
Yeah. Yeah.
Disgusting. Is that what it was?
Well, is that what it is? I'm pretty sure.
Know. Stacy said it.
Aegon's married, and I'm pretty sure they said that in the last episode, right? Or just
I hope not.
And you never saw his wife at any of the parties or anything.
We saw his wife at the party.
Yeah, because it's the sister.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the sister also came in. I can't remember her name, but the sister came in asking, "Hey, is the servant around to get the kids ready?" So they're married, brother and sister.
Oh, okay.
And then you have Aemond, who's not.
I was not 100% on that one. I was hoping it wasn't the case. Stacy said it, but I didn't accept it. That's gross. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm not sure how much this actually means, if it was just a moment of anger, but Alicent said she disowns him, basically.
Yeah.
Right? You're not my son.
Yeah, that's just I think an anger moment, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming she needs this dragon in the fight anyways, so. But this just shows again how bad of how helicopter mom Alicent is, and how much she requires of her kids to be, high standing or whatever. Yep. And just another reason not to like Alicent, for me personally.
Yeah.
So then we got the whole Rhaenyra and Rhaenys connection. They're trying to bond their houses closer by marrying the kids.
Mm-hmm. Which is a smart move.
Yeah, smart.
To control the throne, Iron Throne, and Driftmark. Yeah, I mean.
Mm-hmm. But I'm surprised Rhaenys even talked with her about this situation. If I believe that you killed my son, there's no way I'm talking to you. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
And then she even does the plan at the end.
Yeah.
With your son's murderer.
Because I think that's the only way she saw it was going to happen for her to still be in that type of power, you know?
You think so?
Because that was after...
But it seemed like Otto and Alicent were talking to each other. Sorry, Alicent was talking with Rhaenys about something in the background. Yeah, because they were all disappointed that she didn't go with Vaemond.
So I don't know if Rhaenys betrayed them and she knew she was going to.
I think she did.
Because I'm trying to remember, did she come forward to speak after Vaemond died? Or was that before?
Wait, Rhaenys. She spoke when the king came. Yeah. It was after Vaemond.
Okay. Yeah. So it was after. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so yeah, hold on. So Rhaenys spoke in okay, yeah, so Rhaenyra tells Rhaenys, let's marry our kids.
Yep.
My kids will become Driftmark. She basically, from her reaction, makes it seem like she's not going to do it.
Yep.
But I feel like she's just following her husband's words on it.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then maybe his speech about names matter, not blood, kept in her mind, which is why she did it. Because right after this, we get the Song of Ice and Fire rehab between, what do you call it? Between Rhaenyra and Viserys in the bedroom. So this scene kind of surprised me because it surprised me because it had dual purposes, which is awesome. It brought Viserys out of his slumber to actually do something.
Yep.
But then it makes the ending so freaking beautiful. Which is why, when you consider the courtroom, the dinner, and the ending of the episode, I have zero issue with someone saying this is the best episode.
Oh yeah.
Because those three were just immaculate. So. I liked how... I'll just go over the main points of the Song of Ice and Fire. So, we must keep the realm united against a common enemy. I liked hearing that again. It reaffirmed to me, the Targaryens feel like they just need to unite the realm, keep it strong, so that when the common enemy comes, they can all fight together.
Yep.
Too bad right before it happens, a fat drunk man, Robert, ruins it all. But and then she said, I thought I wanted the throne, but it's too heavy.
Yep.
So she was just saying that out of discomfort. It's obvious she still wants it, correct?
Maybe. I think. Do you think there's a little bit there of what like Damon's going through? Is she's finally happy? She has a family. You know.
Yeah. I think that's her reasons for not wanting it. Part of it, her family and stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see in the next couple episodes. Honestly, next episode's gonna be pretty intense, I think, with the sides.
Yes,
because it seems like it's gonna be just one massive debate.
Yeah,
just going back and so we'll see.
But the thing is, Rhaenyra is gonna fight for it, because if she doesn't fight for it, then there's no fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But so unless Daemon fights, dude, that'd be sick. Like Rhaenyra just wants to quit, but then Daemon's we must keep going. This is your throne.
I mean, there's no way Daemon would purposely kill Rhaenyra, right?
No.
Okay.
No way.
All right.
He loves her. Which also brings me to my incest meter. Daemon and Rhaenyra are officially my second favorite incest now. I hated it before.
Okay. Yeah.
So Daenerys and Jon will always keep the front. I want them having children. And then you got... Now it's Daemon and Rhaenyra over
I gotcha.
Cersei and Jaime. I like it now.
I like that incest.
I like it now. So...
Give me...
yeah, so then after that, she says... Great acting again. Everything's so good. I have a hard time bringing up the acting because it's always good. So it's like no point in bringing it up.
Yeah, it's true.
And then she says, you must help me if you want me to unite the realm. If this is what you really want, tell me. Come help me with this situation. Okay, so then we get the courtroom.
Yep. So good.
And so Vaemon's making his case. There's so many little looks that they give to every character that means so much. And then Rhaenyra starts in, and then the Phantom of the Opera comes out.
Well, then, so it seemed like everything was going to Otto's
favor
and the Hightower's favor right off the bat, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Seemed like there was going to be no real debate. It was going to be going to Vaemon, and then you hear the door opening.
Yep. Well, I thought it was going to continue to push into her face. Because it came in when she was talking.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going to freaking happen? Come on. She's already getting bullied around here right now.
Yep.
But that walk was probably 120 seconds, so like 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Every second was needed in that scene.
It was so important. It was so good.
I loved it. Oh my freaking gosh. His mask, his old get-up is so sick.
Yeah, it is.
If he was healthy wearing that outfit, I don't know.
Dude, it looked cool.
Dude, it's so freaking cool. But, so Otto tries helping him.
Well, can we just, good of an acting he was? I think his name's Patty, right?
Yeah, Patty Constantine.
How hard would it be to constantly act that way, like you're in pain, and nail it? His heavy breathing,
his gross teeth.
Killed. Dude, he's so good. He was magical.
Yeah. Well, so then we get a little bit of relationship insight here. Otto tries helping him, and he's too proud to get help from Otto.
Yep.
But then Daemon helps him, and he takes it.
Yep, loved it.
Love it. So it kind of brings me to another point that's off topic a little bit for this episode, but I want to bring it up. Why, in God's green one, would Viserys let Otto be the hand again?
I don't know. I think, was it at the way? So I thought about that too, and to me, it was just Viserys was basically so sick, and he knew he was dying. Right at that point, that he just had to have someone who was the hand of the king before.
That's
he was
what
still a friend. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
The only thing I can think of, is like experience.
Yep, just experience.
But if you
and the fact that it's your wife's father, you know.
I wonder if Allison probably played some role. In like
probably.
working on him, but I feel like regardless of his experience doing it, you just can't trust him. If I had that realization he had, there's no way I'd ever let him near the cabinet, the council.
Yeah.
Because I would never trust what he says. I don't know. But anyways, I wish that they kind of explained that more. Because it was just like, they just said, oh, Otto's the hand again, right? That's all?
Yep.
But give me some freaking explanation. Because it makes me mad. But, again, Viserys' role in every scene he's ever in is just to make the peace. And so then he says, I have no freaking clue why you guys are even talking about this. It's obvious who the succession is. But if there's anyone in this room who would have something to say, it is Rhaenys, because her husband is the one who makes the claim. So let's see what her husband has to say through her wife. And Rhaenys then drops the bomb, saying she goes with Rhaenyra's son. Otto and Allison's face is beautiful. And Daemon is just smirking over at them.
Lord.
I love Daemon. And oh, hold on. So then this is right. Then this is when Vaemond comes out.
Goes nuts.
And I'm so glad. I was getting worried. I was like, I feel like in the King's Chambers during Game of Thrones, if you said anything or did anything like that, if you said anything treasonous at all, you were like immediately just killed, right?
Yeah, totally.
And obviously it's different with Viserys as the king, but still, I expect a little bit more bloodshed, or like, this is the courtroom, everything says matters, don't just go off the whim, you know? So, when Vaemond's going off, I thought that there was going to be no punishment. Or if there was, it'd be small. I was getting worried about that. I was like, we got to have some excitement. This is the king's court. He can't just talk and call Rhaenyra a whore and that they're bastards, the kids.
The pause was so good.
Yeah, the pause was so good. Well, then freaking Viserys, the whore, and then Viserys pulls out his knife. I was like, I'm so glad. If Viserys kills him personally and like slits his throat or something, or actually does cut out his tongue, I was like, okay, good. We're actually gonna have some, like, this feels like things matter here now. And then Daemon slices his freaking head off. And again, I was reaffirmed. I love freaking Daemon. So, and then they showed the head again, like right after on the table.
So good.
I wonder how much money that cost, man. I don't know. To make all that look so well done. Because he cut him right across his mouth, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, just like straight through his mouth.
And his tongue was still hanging there.
Yeah. He can keep his mouth. He can keep his tongue.
He can keep his tongue.
Daemon's sword is sick.
Oh, yeah.
I think it had like a double hilt, right?
Yeah.
It was legit. So, then we have the dinner, I guess. So we only have two more things to go over. The dinner and then the last conversation. So,
this whole dinner scene was it's so uncomfortable, dude, but so good. This was worse than the Lena's funeral. Oh yeah. Gosh.
Yes. Well, I would say it's only worse because it's longer.
Yeah.
I think if Lena's funeral was longer, it'd be worse.
None of the How did it start? It just started with everyone sitting there, right? And then Viserys comes in.
On his chair, yep.
In his chair. And he kind of does his little toast, right?
Yep.
And then everyone kind of gives... Did you believe any of the toasts that were given to be actual true...
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, Rhaenyra and Alicent, yeah. And the king.
Okay.
Yeah. After that, no, none of the kids were real.
None of the kids?
Yeah. No. So... Again, so we have like the exact same scene from the last episode where Viserys asks to cease the fighting inside the family.
Yep.
But this time it's on his deathbed. It's not in a moment of heated fighting. So I think this time it actually worked. whereas last time it did not work. And through his calls, Rhaenyra, again, the actual good person in this relationship and this show, she's the one to first stand up and give her toast to Alicent for being a good wife and a mother.
Yeah.
Well, not mother, just wife to her father. And then Alicent, she makes the face. You can tell Otto doesn't like it.
Yep.
But Alicent still does it.
The
Yeah. And then Alicent calls Rhaenyra the queen. And I was like, wow. So right after that, everything looked completely genuine.
And this was probably my favorite part of the whole episode. Was the music was playing and the king was like seriously happy.
Yeah.
He's looking around and he looks like he's drugged all hell, but he's happy, he's smiling, everything's all good, and it's probably the happiest day of his life in the past 20 years.
Wait, and you're talking about when the camera was zooming in on his face, right?
Yeah.
In the music,
Yep.
Dude, I almost cried
music.
actually in that scene.
That was so good.
And what was I saying? Okay, then.
And then he basically gets kicked out of the room, right?
Yeah,
they kick him out because and that's when hell broke
and immediately
loose.
the cousins fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not all hell. All the adults were still happy, and it was just the dumb cousins.
I just meant the uncomfortableness of the cousins.
Okay,
just broke loose. The second the grandfather left, because honestly, so going back to Rhaenyra and Alicent, the very last scene when they kind of make, because it seems like they kind of made up, right? Or wow,
they made up. Yeah,
made up.
Yeah.
But do you remember Otto's face the second Alicent went to Rhaenyra and was like, "Hey, don't go," whatever, and his face immediately went into this, "Don't you dare screw my plan up."
I didn't see it. I did not see that.
You
face.
need to go back.
Okay.
That was the most pivotal with Otto. He just had this look. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah. But
was he like in the background?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
When they were talking about, she's like, "You should come back." With the right. He's in the background. Huh? I did not see that.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
Well, as you're finding that, I did want to say, as soon as Rhaenyra and Alicent made up, my whole mind went off, and I was like, so this whole entire show, they've been getting this ready for the Civil War, but now it's over? Are they going to find a new way to make the Civil War happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you have that same thought?
No, because I knew it was going to keep going. But it was, and see, this is why I kept thinking, are they actually made up? Is it just to put on a face? Is there something? But, so Otto, so it's 1 hour and the 3 minute mark at the 26th second. Go to it, and you just see Otto looks at the two talking, and it looks like one of those feelings of, "Don't you screw my plan up, woman."
I see. Dude, nice eye.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Is it gonna be Otto is gonna be like the ultimate? I don't know.
No, it's gonna be Rhaenyra. It's gonna be Alicent.
No, I know, but through her dad, though, because we always see these little glimpses of Rhaenyra and Alicent coming back to being friends.
Yeah.
That bond that they had when they were little. But then something happens, like the end of it, where Alicent misunderstands what Viserys was saying, that rekindles that, I don't know, that not hatred, but just Rhaenyra is wrong. She's a bastard sons, But...
Well, what I was gonna say is I think to Alicent.
Yeah.
I think Alicent likes Rhaenyra again in some form as much as she can.
Yeah.
But to her and the throne, I think she's dead to her in that sense.
Okay.
Like from now on, she has to stop Rhaenyra from being queen.
Gotcha.
And that's why I want your opinion on that. Do you like that the whole Civil War is now based around a misunderstanding? Or do you not like it and wish they just didn't like each other still, and that was the whole thing?
I'm fine with it, honestly.
Yeah? You are fine with it?
Yeah, I am. Because isn't this kind of what... See, I mean, honestly, isn't this what happened in Game of Thrones? It wasn't a misunderstanding, but
No, it was a misunderstanding.
Was it? No, well, the whole thing started with Ned having the last will of Robert.
Oh, sorry.
And Cersei taking it, reading it, going, "This doesn't flipping matter."
Yeah.
Even though it was signed by the king,
Yeah.
he wanted Ned to be hand to the king, right? That was the letter.
Yeah.
Oh no, Ned was gonna take Ned was gonna be the king until Joffrey came of age.
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, honestly, that whole started because of that.
Yeah.
So this didn't bother me at all. Of just a little misunderstanding.
Well, I was talking about Robert's before Game of Thrones. That was all misunderstanding as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So the exact same situation. Well, not the exact same, but
But
he took what was
the same feel.
But I will say, so I personally do like it because I like it a lot because. And that's not usually the case with this type of situation for me, but I do like this situation because now, from this point on, every moment where Alicent is fighting Rhaenyra and Rhaenyra is fighting back and like there's bloodshed because of it and problems, I'm just always going to think, stop, you don't understand this freaking situation. This isn't like some death wish of your husband that you have to do this. Because, she's going to take it like that. She's going to... everything about this whole situation she's going to take as his last death wish, and she's going to make sure it freaking happens regardless of what
100%.
And I'm just going to be like, Alice, you don't understand.
Yep.
But I guess that we could have had that same thought before, because Alicent the whole time we're like, you don't understand, she's not going to kill your children for being on the throne, or whatever. So but still I like it. The entire landscape of the fight is changed. And I love it. But that's about it. And then Viserys says, Doesn't he say like?
What does he say?
He says like, "Stop it,
my love." Well, he says it to her, and then as he's taking his last breath, he says, "My love," which he's never called Alicent that. So now he's going back to Emma.
Well, before that, wasn't he saying something about the pain?
I think so.
Just stop it. Yeah, it was really sad.
Yeah,
I'm mad.
He's so good.
I'm mad he's dead.
Oh, me too.
He was the best.
Gosh, so good.
Okay, so then we got the next episode recap. So
I didn't get anything out of that, honestly.
I had one thing out of it.
What?
Okay, so a member of the King's Council yells, "This is treason," or something along those lines. Like, that is treasonous to say that.
Yeah.
So we don't know why he said that, obviously, but I have an assumption. I think Alicent is going to start making her claims for her sons to be the throne. I think, as soon as Viserys is dead, they're going to talk about the succession. I think Alicent's going to bring up the Song of Ice and Fire or something like that. Yeah. Talk about the kids and how her son should be the kings. And then I think the council member yells, "This is treason," to her.
I got you.
Because I think Alicent, now that the king's dead, she has to immediately make her case, right?
Yeah,
because you can't just let Rhaenyra come in and then take hold of it. So I think...
Well, that's what technically should happen, though, right?
That's what should happen, so I don't know why it wouldn't.
Rhaenyra should. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only thing we get, is the council member yelled, "This is treasonous," or something along those lines. You don't see who he's talking to, but you see it's in the council chambers.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's Alicent or Otto talking about their sons becoming kings.
Okay.
So that's what makes me think this next episode is going to be, right, Viserys is gone, maybe a funeral, and then they're making their cases immediately to try to stop Rhaenyra from being queen. Even though the plan's already in place.
Even though that's supposed to be there.
Yeah. And that's all I've got for this show.
Yeah,
this
that's
episode.
all I have.
That's all you got? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, dude.
Yeah, this is a good episode.
Yeah, we have 2 more of House of the Dragon, and then we have 1 more of Rings of Power.
Yep.
And then we're going to have to find something else to watch and talk about. But I'm so interested to see how this show ends. This season ends. Like, what's the last scene that gets excited for the last season? I really have no clue either, right?
No, I have no idea.
Because I was assuming, like we said maybe last episode, was all this bubbling was going to occur, the pot's bubbling, boiling, and then Viserys dies.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh crap. The battle's going to start now. Yep. But that's already... I mean, it hasn't happened like that, but Viserys is already dead with 2 more episodes. So, yeah, I have no clue how this season's going to end. I'm sure with 2 more, we're going to have the penultimate episode next, and then we'll know exactly what's going to be occurring in the next episode. So,
yeah.
Good stuff.
It's going to get nasty, because Viserys was kind of the buffer with the family.
Yep.
And now that he's not there, ooh.
Yeah. That's what I said in the very beginning of this episode, was the landscape has changed.
Oh, it's gonna.
Like there's no one like Viserys. Everyone had to go through Viserys. Viserys would never allow the problems to actually take place because he'd always deny the kids being bastards. He would always say Rhaenyra's the queen. Nothing else will change. Now it's just like with Ned. As soon as the king died, Cersei's like, he's not the king. Joffrey's the king. So who cares what he said?
Yep.
So really, that's what makes me think it's just so hard to believe. Like now that the king's dead, it automatically goes to Rhaenyra. So I don't know how anyone can say anything because she is the freaking queen.
Yep.
But, yeah. So, 6 more days. And we'll find out. Yep. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. All right. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Please comment down below what your thoughts were. And have a blessed day.
Oh, yeah. Peace.